Hi guys. Yeah, so here is Pakistan, and that's where I was in 2013 when I realized, wow, look at this place. Why I don't have skis? Look at this. Why I don't have ski? I can land anywhere here. I can ski and I can go back down to the hotel. Down here, down the valley, you can see the hotel Karimabad. So I was just passing by there in 2013 and I say, I have to go back there with my skis. And it's easy. I'm going to land somewhere here and I'm going to ski down. And so from this dream, Antoine contact me and, hey, come, we have a big project and you have to join. I say, okay, let's go. I'm on. And so the idea was to go up with the skis and land, like you can see I'm sharing right now. We were top landing. This is one example of the place where we have been skiing during our trips. So we were taking off in Karimabad. It's 2,900 meters of the hotel. So you take off, you arrive at the takeoff in flip-flop, in short pants. It's super hot. You put your ski boots, you put all your equipment, all your gear, and then you say, okay, let's go, and I'm gonna go there today. And so you take off and you land on top of a big mountain like this. This one is named Barbara Peak. It's 5,500 meters. And we land, you can see on the arrow, we were landing right there. And we were skiing the black line. I was skiing 2 times. I skied actually 3 times on this mountain. And so it's completely unbelievable because we only go there with a very, very light equipment. Let me show you how we go there. This is a question for a lot of people. I hope you can see the movie well. So I'm gonna play it now. So this is how we were doing. So here you see I'm in the sky. I just took off. I took my first thermal and the skis are fixed on the bag. It's very light bag, and I put them in the sky. Super simple, as you can see. In the bag under me, there is almost nothing. It's extremely light, so I can ski very light because nobody wants to ski with a heavy equipment. So I have only my stringiness. I have no rescue. I have the XR5 from Skywalk, and in the bag there is just water, basically water and the skin for the ski. And from here you can see there is all the mountain in front, and the whole way forced you to go and play. And I have no idea where I am going actually when I take off. I have some targets, but actually the wind and the condition of the day are going to decide. And when you're flying, you're just taking the opportunities and you say, oh, this is nice, I'm going there. And that's how every day skiing was starting. And then you go in place like this here, and we were flying this day with I'm playing the movie. I was flying with Guillaume Momon here, and so here you fly and you decide where should I go. Look how wide is it? It's super simple. When you have ski, you can land very, very, very fast, and that's a big, big point. Imagine if at this altitude we are flying very, very fast. Nobody really want to land without ski here, and with the ski you can land no matter how. You always fish quite well. It's super nice, and then it's end up with day like this. So imagine you start from your hotel. It's midday. You take off. You take 2-3 thermals. You land in 5,000, and then this is coming for you. So that's just next step of paragliding combo possibilities. And look at this. This is amazing. It was day we were doing 3 lines like this in one day. The best day I was doing 3 lines. So yeah, and here down you see you have a big plateau, and we were taking off just before the grass all the way down there and going back to the hot shower at the hotel. And so yeah, that's dream. I didn't know it was to be so good. I'm gonna show you some pictures about this part, and then I'm gonna go into paragliding more. So yeah, that's from the takeoff. So it's a long process to get in the air with all the equipment. You see we are in flip-flop, and we have to put ski shoes and all the heavy gear. And this picture is for me a very, very important picture because it shows the spirit of the ski part. So you see here is Guillaume Momon, and we are extra light, just ski boots, skis, and look at the landscape. Behind Atlantic, this is 7,027 meters. It's so huge. Everything is so huge. I really, really love this picture. Remind me about this. Wow. It's hard to put word. That's the landing. As you can see, it's quite steep. So I'm landing quite straight, but the glider is still eating the rock on the side. And yeah, I destroyed my glider quite well on this one. I had to repair a lot, but I had 1,000 meters of ski from here to the next place where I have to take off. And when I arrived down there, I put some tape on it and I went to another mountain. This day, I actually made two mountains above 5.5, which is like, imagine if you have to walk there, it will take 2 or 3 days. Yeah, the arrow here is where I just destroyed my glider. So in front, on the right here, there is the Diran Peak. It's 7,200 meters. From the top of the Mirshika, where I just landed here, you can actually see over 10 summits higher than 7,000. It's all around you, all around you. Look at the landscape where you are skiing. You are completely in the postcard. It's wow. I was so happy. I'm quite a lazy boy. I'm not a very athlete. I don't walk like Antoine. I'm not high mountain guide or stuff like this. And being able to go there, it's only thanks to paragliding, because my legs are not going to carry me so high and jump some cool stuff with this. I had some tricky part and I was really, really enjoying. And yeah, that's actually after what you see, like this picture here is happening around 20 minutes before this picture. And on this picture, I'm actually going for another ski line. I'm following this ridge, and this came to this place where Guillaume met me. So it's just unbelievable place to ski and to fly and to achieve this amazing part. So I'm not going to speak much more about skiing. I don't know how long I've been on this. And yeah, it's another great place where we've been skiing. And I'm gonna switch for the Rakaposhi part. Hey guys, is someone hearing me, or am I speaking along in my house?
This is fantastic. I mean, it's just incredible, absolutely incredible pictures.
It's actually, you see this picture, maybe 2 or 3 turn after this one, I fucked up super hard. I fell all the way down this couloir, 200 meters lower. I finished. I was like completely destroyed. And well, it was okay. I could ski and take off again and go back to the hotel, but it was a funny moment.
I've got a really beginner question here. Were you worried about crevasses at all?
I was, but I was a very experienced guy from the mountain, and they were like, man, don't worry. If you ski, if you are fast, you will never go into a crevasse. So I was just skiing and I was going fine. Luckily, I mean, you can see the crevasses, and when you walk up, you are a bit worried. But when you ski down, no, there's no stress. Really, no stress about that.
Cool. Brilliant.
What about avalanche danger? I know that it was snowing a lot over the season. How did you assess that before land? Did you assess it before landing, or how did you assess the snow condition?
Well, when we arrived there for the first day, we had no idea what was going to happen. But when you make 2-3 landing in the mountain, you know how it's the snow, and then you can follow every day move. So we realized, oh, it was a good day it was not snowing for 5 days, so it's maybe like this. And oh, we have fresh snow, how it's going to be. And I had a lot of luck because I was skiing many times after fresh snow. So I skied in powder, and when you land, it's a bit stressful. But in the other side, when you see all the mountain and nothing is moving, there is no avalanche in any other mountain. You land, you touch the snow, you look down. I was with my shovel. I was looking a bit deep in the snow, trying to feel it. And I have some experience. I'm coaching ski for 15 years. So I was like, okay, it's going to be like this, or maybe just take off quick and go somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
We have experience of snow, like everyone should have when they go in place like this.
So where are you gliding to here? What's the next part of your adventure?
Well, yes, I'm going to switch from skiing to paragliding. And so now I'm going to tell you about Rakaposhi adventure, which was not planned. I mean, of course it was planned, but it was not supposed to arrive so in the camp, in the adventure. So here, this is Rakaposhi that you can see on this picture. And this day, it was supposed to be a relaxed day, and we were supposed to do just a little cross country all around. I don't know how to escape this place. Yes. So I'm going to show you a little movie about this adventure. And so this day started here. And here we are just above the hotel. And from here, you can really see all of what I did on this day. So I was flying behind me here to Culmit Tower and at Tabac Lake with all the friends, with Guillaume Momon, Julien Dussert, Fabien Bull, Alex Geoffressa, Sébastien Brugala, and Antoine Girard. And there I had a radio trouble and they didn't hear when I said I'm turning back. And so I ended up alone here. When I realized they were not here anymore, it was 40 kilometers away. And so I decided to head in front, where you see the cumulus in front there. So the cumulus are around 6,000 meters, something, 6+ at this moment of the day, and it's super early. So I head up for this, and I end up here. I turn back. So this is a bit farther. After like maybe 100 kilometers, I was there, and I could not pass the snow behind me here. So I turned back and I decided I was going to head for Rakaposhi. And yeah, that's exactly at this moment I realized, wow, this may be possible. And so in front of me here, the Rakaposhi, I could see wind pushing the little cloud. It's difficult to see on the movie, but there is wind. And I can see the cloud are pushed to the top. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it. And here you see on this move here, you can see the cloud is forming and is pushed from north to south, and which is good for soaring. And I wasn't sure I was going to be able to reach this place, but luckily I took very great thermals. And yeah, here I came here. I was a bad moment of the flight, very, very bad moment where I was like, oh, it's not gonna happen. Because as you can see, summit disappear completely in the cloud. I was like, no ways, no fucking way. I was like, come on, not, how can I be here? I am at 7,600 meters and it's not gonna happen, like super sketchy. And then like, look at this. This is 10 minutes after. 10 minutes after, bam, the cloud disappeared. That was a huge, big, good moment for me. Like, wow, I'm actually in top of Rakaposhi. That was unbelievable and nice. You see, it's pretty soft. The wind is strong, for sure, because to push you at this altitude, it needs to be super strong wind. But luckily, the wind is not dense. So when you get hit, the wind at this altitude, you get hit very strong by something that's come very fast. But because it's not dense, it didn't hit you, didn't make you pain. It's quite soft. It's actually like if you make a fight with friend, but you fight with pillow, you see? So it's quite soft. You get like strong heat, but the heat is soft. And so it's weird, but I didn't had any very strong, bad turbulence like you can have in the Alps. I felt in the Alps, it's much more complicated to handle. And there I was quite relaxed, soaring a cloud at 8,000 meters. And yeah, it was unexpected. So I was with my oxygen on. For sure, it was good to have oxygen. This was only 6 days, no, 10 days after we arrived. And so someone has a baby.
Someone has a baby, yeah.
I've muted the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, hello, baby, how are you? And so, yeah, I have oxygen because I'm not acclimatized. This is the start of the trip, and I'm not sure I'm gonna make a flight like this, but I want to be ready just in case. Yeah, as you can see, it was a good plan to have oxygen because there is no way to fly at this altitude just when you go out of the airport. Your body is not ready for this. I was living in France, in low place. So because I had the oxygen bottle, I could make it. And yeah, let's go a bit farther. At one point, when
How long had you been in
I reached the
Pakistan
top
at this
altitude, I
point?
was okay. What next?
Sorry.
I was like less than a week, something like oh, no, maybe more actually, something. Sorry, less than 10 days.
Less than 10 days.
Around 10 days, yes.
Tim Mayer.
Yeah, but it's not enough to be acclimatized.
No, of course not. Tim Mayer wants to know, how strong would you say the wind was at the peak when you were at the top?
Well, let me try to show you one point. You see this point here, okay? And here you can see the GPS is written 2 km/h, but actually you never know if it's 2 km forward or backward, because I stay for a very long time still stuck at this place. And so I think it's around 60 plus, 60 something. Not so strong actually, 60 kilometer, yeah, something like that, maybe less. I don't know. It's hard to say. But what I can say is that I was not going really forward. And when I turned back, I was around 80 km/h, ends up here. You see on this place, if you look on my track log, we can actually go to the track log. And here, if you follow, here I am going up to Rakaposhi. And yes, you see this is Rakaposhi. And just there, if you look at the speed when I go out of Rakaposhi, I'm around 60 here, 60, 62. And there is a place I was around 70. I don't know exactly where. I don't know if you know how to read, but there is the speed. You have the speed here. If you look down to the drawing, for the one I not used, it's down. It's on a little number down the screen. You have the speed. And so this is the speed side wind. So wind is coming from my left, you see, left from behind. I am not backwind. If I will go backwind, I will go much faster for sure. I'm side. And I'm already like 60 plus km/h with side wind. So it's quite strong, but not too bad. Not like Antoine, when Antoine have to, Antoine have to fly in much stronger wind when he made his record. He's gonna explain.
So listen, what was it like
this.
at 8,000?
Well, I know quickly talk about. Well, you know, you just enjoying like it was for the landscape. You're thinking like it's not gonna be long.
Yeah.
You need to really look everything you can, right, left, everywhere. I was also struggling with my oxygen. So I was like, are you breathing well? I'm trying to breathe, and with my nose frozen, I could not feel if the pump was in or not all the time. And most of the thing I was trying to do is look at the landscape, like try to take as much as possible. And yeah, you know, it's extremely high and you can see extremely far, much more than you can see in the Alps. In the Alps, if you go to Mont Blanc, you look in front and you can see grass, you can see little hill in the front because the Alps are super tiny. Here it's huge mountain. Look, this is I am on Google Earth here, and look how much mountains there is. And if you look in a mountain, everything white, it's around 5,000 meters. Everything that's white here, it's higher than Mont Blanc. Okay, and look how much white you have. It's all white all around, and you can go everywhere here. It's white. Look, I'm going somewhere like after Bhutan here. You go at a little hill. You look this little hill. I don't know if you follow what I'm doing, but this is actually 5,900 meters, 6,000 meters. This little hill here, it's 6,000 meters, and this is white, and everything white is high. And look how white it is. So when you are in the middle of this, it's not comparable with the Alps. It's much bigger.
So Francois, tell us the end of your Rakaposhi flight story.
Yeah, well, it was amazing. I was 1,000 meters higher than the Diran peak. So I just came, this is the Diran peak. So we basically make a straight flight to the Diran. Here it's 7,200 meters. I came here, I played a little bit at the top. I had actually a nice stabby touch. Here it is, I arrived 7,200 meters. So I was pretty happy to make it, this one. And then I back and I went to Spontic, which is behind here. Like I have to pass through this one. Look at this. I want to show you this. I was so happy to fly above those crevasses. That was huge. This day I was very sad I don't have skis because it was a great place for skiing. Well, cannot do everything every day. And then I went for Spontic. Spontic, my camera shut down, so I have no movie, but I was picturing Spontic. So I'm gonna show you a little picture about Spontic. Yeah, that was a flight. Where are Spontic? Here it is. Look at the Spontic. This is amazing golden pillar. That's a picture I took when I arrived there, and that's what's gonna stay in my eyes about that. It was so nice. And so I was there, I back and I went back to the hotel and I landed just before night in the hotel. Yeah, that's it. That was the story of this flight. And yeah, it was a great flight. And the team was not far. They finally hear me with the radio. And Julien, Alex, and Seb, they tried to run after me. They were on Rakaposhi, just little after me, like 1 hour behind me. But they could not really reach the top. The cloud was too dense, and I think the wind was less strong. Yeah, so the team was really pushing also just behind. But because we had a radio trouble at the start, we get lost. And by the time it gets fixed, I just had the chance to be on this window, which was hard to believe. At first, they didn't believe me on the radio first. When I said that, Julien said, this is François bullshit. He's always saying bullshit. I was like, no, not this time.
François, that's amazing that you will have seen in the comments. People are super impressed at that. Eric, awesome. Oman, Wagger at 7,200 meters. Oliver, gobsmacking. So people that even though you've only given us a tiny insight into what you've been doing, it's super impressive. Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks a lot. I wish everybody here can have the chance to fly there. It's really simple. You need to be for sure a good paraglider pilot, but seriously, if you're a good pilot, you can go. It's not harder than you think.